Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to Real Tough Talk. Tough Talk.
How is that even possible?
Tough Talk. Whoa!
Stephen J. partner goes,
Show some respect. You did not answer the question.
he's a bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad. He finally said it.
The slipper's gone. The dress has holes in it. The cart turned into a pumpkin again. So what else you gonna do?
This team couldn't cover a twin mattress with a king size sheet.
Lights out season.
Lights out for you. Let's get as quick into the game as possible because I am not staying in this wig longer than I have to.
I want to party. Play it out, bro. While you're talking this game.
All right, people. Thanks for joining us here on another episode of Real Tough Talk. I'm excited to bring you another week of UFL football. Some big games coming up this week, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Well, there's gonna be a few big games. We kind of had some less games this week because we had to give certain teams buys this week or whatever for whatever reason. But that doesn't mean that the games that we did have weren't big games, and some were more important games than others.
So we're going to talk about the first game we want to jump into, and that's the Grind Time versus Carver Mobb game. Carver Mobb coming 3-0, coming in off of a win. Mm-hmm. Grind Time coming in 2-1 off of a loss to LES. Lou, one of the worst games he's played in UFL, his UFL career. But I think Lou's the type of quarterback that can bounce back, especially facing this Carver team, whose quarterback, if you've been living under a rock, by his dad. And right now in the UFL, including the playoffs, he's 0-2 versus his Carver. And
I said it from the day that when we watched the game, when everything unfolded, when Lou played against LES, and I said, this is uncharacteristic of Lou to play this way. Even in a loss, you don't see Lou throwing as bad as he did. He threw 3 interceptions that game.
Yeah. And
that's something that Lou does not normally do. Even against Carver Mobb, he did not throw that many interceptions in one game. So I figured that, that's a one game that they're going to be one and done with. They're going to erase that from their memory and just move forward. So hopefully this is the game because it's an important game. Obviously, regardless of who they're facing, they still want to win this game. But the fact that it's Carver Mobb is a bigger motivation to come away with a win in this game.
And Carver is coming in 3-0, undefeated. They're coming in with Chuck having not thrown a interception this season, and this guy Sal, he's playing on an MVP level this year. He's a front runner to win the MVP award. So right now you have Carver undefeated, top defense, one of the top offenses in the league. So you got Pants probably up there for Coach of the Year. Chuck having some of the best numbers in his career, up there probably for Quarterback of the Year, and Sal playing the greatest, regular season that a Carver player ever had, up there for MVP. We have never seen a team do that with 3 multiple guys winning awards all on the same team. All right, we're going to jump right into the game. Grind Time gets the ball first. After getting the first down, Lou throws a Yomi on the sideline for a nice gain, getting him to the 15-yard line. Third down, Lou throws to White in the back of the end zone. White with a nice catch before falling out of bounds for the touchdown. The question was, did White step on the line?
And after reviewing this play, I looked at it, and it looks like as White jumps, because he jumps slightly off his feet, one of his feet does land on the line as he falls out of bounds. But initially, it looked like he was in, but until he left his feet. Right. So that's something that, they got away with one, but that's a touchdown for
At the end of the day, there's no challenges in the regular season. In the playoffs, you have challenges because you had to slow this down to see how efficient it was if it was him stepping on the line. And he just got away with it, but at the end of the day, there is no challenge in the regular season, just like in NFL. So I don't put it on the refs because sometimes the game happens so fast, it looks one way and it's not. Or it doesn't look one way and it is. In the playoffs, we have challenges. Here we don't. But still great throw by Lou to find White. White shouldn't have been open in the first place. He is. Touchdown, Grind Time, 6-0 grind. First down, Chuck throws Zeke to Cabby, wide open in the middle of the field. Caught in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Jalen steps up to guard Sal, leaving Cabby open. Sal gets the extra point, 7-6, Carver.
And already you see Sal affecting the defenses that he's facing. The thing about this is the pass wasn't even to him, but they're respecting Sal's game so much that they have 2 defenders looking for him, And as Jalen steps up from the safety position, Chuck notices and throws straight to Cabby, wide open in the middle of the field for that touchdown. One thing I gotta say is, as long as Chuck has been playing in this game, he still has that arm where he can launch it at any given moment, and that's why they're able to score here.
Second down, Lou on 4 rush is sacked by Cabby. After a short pass for the first down, Lou throws it deep, wide open in the middle, in the end zone for the touchdown. Anthony gets a 2-point conversion, 14-7. But if you look here, Sal at safety steps up to guard Brian on the sideline, leaving Bull wide open for the touchdown.
And this is what happens when you don't have defenses communicating and shifting. Because the cornerback steps forward to defend the receiver short, that leaves Brian on a free release on the sideline. So to prevent that, Sal steps up. But because he never speaks to the other safety to pick up Bo that's cutting in the middle, because of that, he's left wide open. Sal leaves him there.
Bo is the most dangerous upcoming player in football. He's somebody you got to worry about. 14-7, grind time. Second down. During a free play, Chuck throws deep to Brian, opening the gap for a big gain, gets him to the 4-yard line. If you look here, Bo was with him, but stops to guard Cabby, leaving him open. Grind time is flagged for no give or giving him the first down, which is called the free play.
And that's just them getting caught sleeping, and that's one thing you do not want to do against this Carver Mobb offense, because they catch a lot of teams slipping all the time. Bo now is stepping up to help defend Cabby after that touchdown he scored, and because of that, that leaves Brian on the sideline wide open for that big catch there.
Chuck on 4 rush scrambles and gets sacked by Baca. They say it's a sack on purpose. Great play by Baca. I like this guy. He's physical, definitely a playmaker, has a lot of energy. Great sack there. Second and goal, Chuck on 4 rush, throws to Ricky in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Josh gets the sack on extra point. 14-13. Grind time is up by 1 though.
And one thing you got to say about Carver Mobb and Chuck, especially, is he makes sacrifices when he has to. He knows when, okay, I can afford to take a sack here. I don't want to force no passes and throw interceptions, and because of that, he knows when to take a sack. He does that there pretty much purposely, and the next play afterwards, he's able to find Ricky for the touchdown.
After getting the first down, Lou on second down throws to White in the gap. Pass is blocked by Cabby, incomplete. Third down, Lou on 4 rush, throws the ball in the middle. Bo comes back for the ball, makes a nice catch to get them to the 10-yard line. Bo is practically unstoppable one-on-one. You can't stop him because of his height and his speed there, and he shows it there with Lou finding him again. Last down on 4 rush, Lou throws the ball in the back of the end zone, knocked away by Ricky, turnover on downs. That is a huge play by Carver to stop grind time right inside the red zone.
But the thing about this throw here is, you see, Bo has a step on Ricky in the back of the end zone. One thing we know is Ricky can be fast for his size, but he's not catching Bo on a route like this. Unfortunately, when Lou releases the ball, the pass is a little behind Bo, and because of that, Bo has to reach behind him. It gives Ricky a chance to catch up and knock that pass away.
Last time before half, Chuck throws the ball deep to Cabby on the sideline, incomplete, taking us into the half, 14-13.
And barring that last touchdown, that last drive where grind time got stopped because of a behind throw, Lou is looking much better than he did last game. Able to throw and score 2 touchdowns. They kind of got away with a call, but hey, it's football, that happens. But this is Lou being confident regardless of the team that he's facing. This is the type of tempo that this team needs to play in going into the next half, but they cannot make mistakes like the one they gave away with that big touchdown to Cabby.
If I'm Carver, we got to, we're not worried. We're losing by 1. But I believe this is the first time we've been down at half. Don't quote me on that. I believe it is. Mm-hmm. We got to find a way. We found a way to shut down Lou and Bo on that last drive. Mm-hmm. But that throw was low behind Bo. So we didn't really stop him. They kind of made a mistake. We have to take a lead. We have to try to further our lead when we do get a lead, because grind time has the firepower to get back in any game. Yeah. So we have to put them away, and the first thing we got to do is take away their confidence by scoring and forcing Lou to score and stopping them. Then we could probably take away their confidence. We're going to see what happens in the second half. Second down, Chuck on 4 rush. Just gets the ball off as Baca rushes in. Pass incomplete. I like Baca. This is the pressure that you need to bring on Carver. Get Chuck out of being comfortable, make a play, and they do there. Third down, Chuck is blitzed by Baca. Blocked by Ricky. Chuck throws deep to Chris in the gap. Pass is short, tip picked off by Shy, giving it back to grind time. Shy is one of the best interception guys in UFL history. He's won a defensive MVP in this league. Great play by him to get Chuck on this interception. Great turnover by Grant.
I mean, correction, he's won an MVP and a defensive
Yup.
player of the year, so that's saying something. But on a play like this, you got to give this whole drive and these two defensive plays to Baca with that pressure there. On the first play, they got away with him not getting a sack, because that was a close play where Chuck just released the ball for incomplete pass. So Baca's getting there, applying pressure to Chuck and forcing these passes that led to interception on this drive.
Second down, Lou's blitzed by Dirt, blocked by Yomi. Lou throws to Brown on the sideline. Nice game, picking up the first down. Yomi's trying to get block of the year. He's been blocking really good for Lou. Great way to pick up Dirt. Dirt is a physical guy. Big pickup by him. Second down, Lou throws the E-Rock on the sideline. That one is dropped. Third down, Lou is blitzed by Tommy. Yomi picks up Tommy on the block, but Lou gets sacked by Cabby on 4 rush. Tommy puts enough pressure for the sack. Grind time has to punt. They can't capitalize on that turnover.
And this is the worst thing that can happen when you make a big defensive play. You get stopped and you're able to, there's a chance that you can try to put this game away, and you let Carver able to come back with their defense and stop you and get the ball back. If you would have scored on this drive, you probably had a chance to put it away. That's a missed opportunity by Grind time.
Chuck on second down throws a Femi open on the sideline for a decent game. Then Chuck throws a Femi again on the sideline, who shakes Bo, runs for a nice gain in the first down. This guy Femi can be up there for Rookie of the Year. His first year in UFL, he's been playing great. You like him. I got a chance to really get to see him on tape. The guy's really good. Chuck with blocking from Ricky, throws a style cutting in the middle, who runs for a big gain. If you look here, Bo lets him go to rush in, leaving it open. You can't make that mistake with Chuck, especially with him finding Sal all year. You know that's his main guy. Bo makes a mistake here. Big play by Sal. Second down, Ricky calls quick hike, pitches to Chuck, but is sacked by Rob. Carver's flagged for illegal formation. Loss of 10 yards on this play. What do you think?
Chuck gets caught on illegal formation because he was practically 20 yards behind. They tried to rush to the line after a deep play, and Ricky tries to quick hike it, and the refs flagged him for illegal formation.
Makes no sense. I know Ricky tries to catch guys off guard, but what's the point? You're trying to run and call a quick hike to get it to... Why? Why are you doing that, all that? That is too much information. You don't always need to do that. Slow it down. You got the best quarterback of all time. You don't need to do nothing trick formation or try to outsmart them to beat a team. You have the best quarterback of all time.
I mean, I get why they want to do it, because they want to catch the team off sides or off position or whatever, and you get a free play to take a chance to score or whatever. The thing about it is, it's worked in the past for them, because a lot of teams do get caught off guard, but they can't do it this way because it's too blatant, and that's why they got the flag.
Third down, Chuck gets blitzed by Josh. Blocked by Rick. Chuck rolls right, throws the edge on the sideline, gets to the 4-yard line. If you look here, Jalen doesn't step up and pick him up. Ricky's still one of the top blockers in the league. Call him what you want. The dude can block. That's what he does. Giving Chuck time, which is why he won Block of the Year. Chuck won Quarterback of the Year in the same season. We never seen that happen before. This guy does it. Chuck is able to find him. They're a dangerous combination. Last down, Chuck on 4 rush, throws the side, cutting in the end zone. Baca gets a hand, incomplete, but Baca is flagged for contact in the end zone. He believed the receiver ran into him. Replay it down. What do you think?
And this is a hard play right here, because if you see, Sal is cutting on the outside. Baca goes to the outside with him, and he stops inside of the sideline. As Sal is supposed to come back, they collide. You see Baca colliding with him, but he does not let go as the collision happens.
Right.
So the ref...
That's the issue right there.
Yes. Baca's arguing that, he doesn't need to move to get out of the receiver's way, but that wasn't the reason why the flag was thrown. The flag was thrown because the contact was persistent in the end zone, and because of that, that's why he was merited that flag there.
Definitely a good call. It is a tough call.
Yes.
At that time, sometimes the refs may let that go. But this is the right call. This is a good call. The refs that let that go should not let that go, because that is the right call at the right time. Doesn't matter if it happens. If it's a flag in the beginning of the game, it's a flag at the end of the game. Good call by the ref there. Taking his Carver gets a replay down. Chuck fires Cable in the corner end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Bo leaves the corner open. 19-14, Carver takes the lead.
And plays like that flag there kills your defense.
Yes.
because that was a 4th down play. That was a turnover right there, and Grind Time's offense would have been back on the field. Now they're in a further deficit after giving up that flag, because now you give Carver the opportunity to score. One thing I gotta say is the next play, they still had an opportunity to stop them, but Bo, as you see here, moves away from the sideline, leaving Cable Guy wide open on the sideline. So you can't let the first play rattle you. You gotta hold on the second one, and they don't, and Carver's able to score anyway.
That is a huge mistake. You cannot make that mistake if you're Bo. There is no reason to leave the corner. When you got the corner, sit on the corner. That is your job. He makes a crucial mistake there. That hurts him to give Carver lead when Grind Time just was holding on to it by 1 point. 3rd down, during the free play, Lou throws it up, incomplete. Giver rushes early, forcing a 1st down. 2nd down, Lou throws to Anthony, cutting in the middle for a nice gain. Ricky's flagged for the late hit. What do you think of the call?
I think that it was too close to call, so the ref saw that the flag was late. It could have went either way with the way it happened. The thing about it is the way Ricky hits this person. I think that the ref was a little more sympathetic with how he got hit,
right,
rather than just the fact that it was late. So again, it looked more vicious than it was, and that's probably why the flag was thrown.
3rd down, Lou gets blitzed and sacked by AJ. Yomi doesn't see AJ blocking from the side, and that's a huge sack. Yomi's there to block. He's been saying he was trying to get block of the year. Well, blocking is not just blocking in front of you. You have to be able to know where the blitz is coming from and pick it up. This is a huge sack. This is a huge blitz. This is a huge miss on Yomi. Can't put that on Lou because his job is to find a receiver. He has a blocker, so he's not looking at the blitz. Yomi misses it. Big mistake by Yomi.
But if you look at this play, you kind of see why he misses it. Because if you see, one thing about Carver is they know how to use the blitz and when. And they trick them by looking at Ricky run to the line. It looks like he's gonna come in. He stops and then picks up the receiver. So because Yomi reacts to that, as soon as he reacts to that, it's too late because AJ's already coming from the other side. By then, AJ's already getting a sack. That's a big play for Carver's defense.
Last time the 12-yard line, Lou on 4 rush, throws the ball, cutting in the back of the end zone, knocked away by Cabby, turnover on downs, Carver gets the ball back.
And that huge play on 3rd down was the difference maker, because any closer on that 3rd down play, it could have made the 4th down play an easier thing for Lou to score on. But because of that blitz, it changed everything and it led to a turnover.
Chuck, with blocker from Ricky and Chris, throws a Cable on the sideline for a decent game, running out the clock. 2nd down, Chuck is blitzed by Baca, who just gets by Ricky. Chuck is sacked. Was it a tag?
And this one, I think that Baca kind of got awarded for something when he missed, because if you look here, he dives for his foot, he just misses him. But it was enough for the ref with the angle that he saw to give him the sack. Again, these things go back and forth because it's hard to see tags when you see plays like this happen.
Right. Last down, Chuck scrambles and runs in the back of the end zone for the safety. 19-16, Carver still has a lead. What do you think it is before I comment on the safety?
I feel that this is a good move by Carver. One thing you got to understand is there's a strategy to everything. There's a method to the madness. And the thing about it this here is they would rather give the 2 points to them, punt the ball, get them in better field position, and run the clock out. That was the whole point of getting the safety. They ran the clock for a few extra seconds and then they got the safety. So they're trying to kill the clock and take away Grind Time's chances of scoring.
Lou throws to Jalen in the middle, who runs for a decent game and picks up the 1st down. Remember, it's 19-16 Carver. 2nd down, Lou throws the ball in the gap, who pitches to Brown on the sideline, who goes out to 20-yard line, stopping the clock. AJ's flag for cursing. They're going to get the ball at the 10-yard line, 1 second left. This is what Grind Time wants. The opportunity to put Carver away. They're playing versus the best quarterback of all time against a quarterback who's about to take the mantle of being one of the top quarterbacks in football.
Yeah.
Lou. So this is an opportunity that they need, coming away with 2 stops. They got stopped twice, punting and getting stopped. Now they have a chance to throw all that away and put it away on this play. Last play before they get end of the game. Lou on 4 rush, throws to Jalen in the back of the end zone. High, incomplete, end of the game. Carver comes away with the win, 19-16.
And Listen, this was a hard throw to make because you're trying to get it above the defense and to your receiver. But if you look at this angle here, if you look at this part of the field here, this was a better opportunity. This was a higher chance of making this throw here. You see the gap on the left side? You have somebody run to the front. As you see, the defender here is in the back of the end zone. A quick throw there, it will be hard for the defense to react. You have a better chance of scoring if you try to make this throw here. I've seen Carver do this a million times to walk away with wins. So that's something that Lou can pick up on if he's in the opportunity again. I don't think he saw it. I think that he saw Jalen open the back. He just missed that throw. But I think they had a better opportunity in the front of the end zone.
Grind Time loses the game by 3. Carver got the safety on purpose. So let's say it was 5. Touchdown still wins the game. Grind Time scored the first 2 possessions of the game. Didn't score again. Got the ball back 4 more times and could not score. Got stopped 3 times and punted. When you're going against a team like Carver, you have to put them away. Too many opportunities. Flags, mistakes in coverage.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. But Grind Time showed the ability to keep up with them. Grind Time has no A players. None. 0. No disrespect to the team. They have no A players. Carver has Cabby, AJ, they have several A players. They're not just naming the 2 alone.
Yeah.
And Grind Time lost by 3. If I'm Grind Time, I'll take this loss. Because we know Carver cannot match up with our speed with Bo White. Brian didn't really do much this game. But with Bo and White, we could cause them problems. Shaw was able to get an interception on Chuck, his first of the year. Chuck's first interception of the year. We can keep up with this team.
And the outlier for this game right here is Baca putting pressure on the quarterback.
That is a great pickup because Baca doesn't really play in UFL.
Yeah.
He's here now. He brings that pressure. He brings that energy. And on the other side, Carver didn't play their greatest. They made some mistakes defensively, but they do what they've been doing all season, win another game. Capitalize on teams' mistakes. That big sack by AJ is a big factor in this game.
I think that was probably one of the game-winning plays, in my opinion.
And how many times have we seen Carver on the run that they made in the UFL with 3 championships always come down to a game-making or breaking play?
Yeah. I mean, it's happened almost every single time they've won a championship because they, like we've mentioned before, they haven't won any championships above 7 points. Never. So to say that they make close plays often is an understatement. That's exactly how they win.
Carver remains undefeated. Grind Time suffers their second loss in the season, back-to-back weeks. Lou played a lot better. Lou didn't throw any interceptions after throwing 3 last game. That's a plus. Grind Time is a dangerous team. They're a very dangerous team. It hurts him when Yomi has to block. He's a good blocker, but it hurts him because they take his size away from the middle. They got to find another remedy. He cannot be the only guy staying in the block. They have to fix that. Defensively, they got a blitzer now. Baca's a good blitzer. They got to find a way to get Yomi more involved in the game. Other than that, you take this loss on the chin and know that you can keep up with any team in this league.
Yep.
So Carver comes away to win over Grind Time 19-16. Carver remains undefeated on their way trying to get back to the championship.
One thing I got to say is Chuck threw his first interception in this game. He was paying attention to his numbers, making sure that, he didn't throw any all through the season. He's been throwing terrific. He ended up throwing one, but I don't think that it hurts his numbers too much because, as you saw, that's one mistake above 1 million passes and completed plays and touchdowns because he had 2 in this game. So I think that overshadows the one interception he had. He's still having a terrific season out there.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up. Carver comes away to win over Grind Time 19-16. We'll be right back. Next game up, Never Scared versus TeamX. Never Scared coming in at 3-1, second place in the Western Conference Division. They've been playing well. People have been saying Fred doesn't look like the same as he looked last year. I don't think that's true, because if you come into this game, right now, Fred has 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Last year around this time, he had 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So he has 3 less touchdowns, but 8 touchdowns in 4 games is pretty good. Little below his numbers last year at this time, but the team is 3-1, so they've been winning. Number 2 in the division. Fred just gets into problems when he tries to put everything on his back, and in certain throws he doesn't make because of the added pressure.
But another outlier that this team has to figure out, one problem that they've been having since last season is their defense is one of the worst in the league. And regardless of all of the playmakers that they have, it does not come together properly to the point where they can hold a team to within 2 touchdowns or less.
Yeah.
They cannot. The more that they score, the more they give up. That's not a winning formula moving forward.
Correct.
So in a game like this, where you have TeamX that's been reeling the last couple games, they've been struggling. I believe they're 1-2 right now.
Yeah.
This is a game that I believe that they would want to win to keep their momentum going, because they're looking good so far, even though they could be playing better, but they can't make the mistakes that they normally make on defense, because they may slip. This game may slip away from them.
Well, as far as their defense go, because y'all see me writing, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Last year around this time, they gave up 74 points in 4 games. That's 18 points a game, close to 20, 18.5. This year, they gave up 58 points, which is 14.5. So I would say, it's not as bad as last year if you look at it. This year, they've given up 4 points less than last year. That's a huge difference in the UFL. So the defense got a little better, not great, but it's gotten a little better at this time.
It's been enough for them to keep winning games, because they still have a winning record. So if they can hold and still score at the same tempo that they normally do, I think they'll be just fine. They just have to get through a game.
And TeamX is going to start Steph. I think Steph is going to be their quarterback going forward. I think they have the little rotation of musical quarterbacks. Steph has the strongest arm out of the other 2 quarterbacks. I think Dre's more athletic than Steph, but I think Hood is more experienced than both. But they're going to go with Steph. Steph is the guy they play tackle with. Steph is the guy they believe in. I think he's going to be the quarterback going forward. He has enough weapons, and especially facing this team who gives up some points, this is a great way for him to get his confidence going for the future run that they're trying to make. We're going to jump right to the game. Steph throws to Dre in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. Steph throws to B-Roy on the sideline for a decent game, getting him to the 15-yard line. 3rd and goal, Steph is blitzed by Eric. Baby picks him up. Steph finds Tim open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Justice watching Steph, doesn't see Tim cutting in the back. Smack gets the extra point, 8-zip, TeamX.
And this is a lot of confusion on this play here. First of all, yeah, you mentioned that Just was watching the quarterback, watching Steph roll back and forth, and because of that, it puts him out of position to find where Tim is cutting from. Tim cuts behind him, left him wide open.
Second down, Fred throws to Jay on the sideline, who runs for a nice game, picking up the first down. Fred throws to Julio in the gap, that's going to be dropped. Last down, Fred with blocker from Eric, throws to Just in the back of the end zone, picked off by B-Roy. TeamX gets the ball back. Tim bringing the added pressure causes Fred to throw a bad pass. Great play by the TeamX defense.
This is one thing that Tim has been doing since the last week, that he's been trying to put pressure on the quarterback. He said that that's his job right now, to put pressure on the quarterback. That's exactly what he's doing. That last second pressure is what caused that interception to be thrown, because Fred, worried about it, that makes the pass off target a little bit, and that leads to the B-roll interception.
Second down, Steph throws deep to Tim, one-on-one with Sean. Tim with the catch over Sean for the big game, picking up the first down. This is what Tim does. This is the old YMM Tim that we missed. He is showing the ability to be able to stretch the defense and jump out of the gym. And Steph is building up the confidence. He takes a shot and finds it. Second down, Steph throws to Tim in the gap, able to get him to the 6-yard line. Julian playing him too deep because we just seen Tim stretch the field, so Julian gives him that much cushion. Third down, Steph on 4 rush with blocker from Baby, runs in and for the touchdown. John gets a sack on the extra point, but it's 14-0 TeamX. After getting the first down, Fred on 4 rush, scrambles. Nomar misses the tag. Fred throws to Sean in the middle for a nice gain. Fred has to get Sean involved. Sean is the comeback player of the year, most improved last year. He has to find this guy. He's his Antonio Brown for Fred's Big Ben. He has to find him, finally finds him here. Third down, Fred on 4 rush, runs for a short gain. Fourth down, Fred with blocker from Eric. Throws to Sean in the back of the end zone. Ref said he stepped out of bounds before the catch. Incomplete, turnover and downs. What do you think of the play?
If you see here, Sean is on his route running in the back of the end zone. You know that he's being signaled that he's out of bounds because you see the ref here. Look at the ref there, throw his hat out. So as soon as he's on the route, but as soon as he steps out, the ref throws the hat out. Because of that, even though Sean was still able to find his way to get open, it doesn't count because he already stepped out.
Steph gets the ball. He throws a hood star in the gap and runs for a decent gain. Last play before half, Steph throws it up to Tim, overthrown, picked off by Sean, taking it into the half. 14-0 TeamX.
And it seems like everything that can go right for this TeamX team does. And Tim is playing lights out. You cannot ask any more.
Because we won't count
guy.
that last interception against him. He was just throwing it up.
But my thing is, Tim has been playing lights out the last 2 drives. He's been able to score. They haven't been holding him. They haven't been able to stop him. And that big play, that big catch over Sean is emphasis enough in the fact that Never Scared has nobody that can stop him. And I see Steph going to him for the rest of the game.
Never Scared does not have a good defense. They have never had a good defense. But they have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Fred. Fred has to carry the team offensively. It is what it is. He can't afford to make mistakes. He can't afford to get stopped because he knows he cannot depend on his defense. They'll make plays here and there, but they're not a great defense. They gave up double digits every game last year, the only team in the league to do that. Fred has to be damn near perfect. It's a lot of pressure on him, but this man has a championship in UFL. He knows what pressure is. He has to step up because the defense is not good and they're not really going to help him. He's going to take us into the second half. Fred on 4 rush is sacked by Nomar. Big sack by Nomar. He's been playing defense a little bit more. We remember him playing defense in the past. He can play defense. Big sack there. Third down, Fred throws deep to Tim, wide open in the gap, who runs in for the touchdown. If you look here, J. Will lets him go for a second, and Fred finds him 14-6. TeamX is still up, though.
And this is a huge pickup for Never Scared's offense. Not only do they have they have Sean now. Sean was their best offensive player on this team, and Joel was a close second, getting yards after the catch. Now they have another deep threat in Tim that can get open downfield, and Fred is able to find him here.
Never Scared gets flagged for cursing, forcing the first down. Steph with 2 short passes getting him to the 30-yard line. Then Steph throws to Tim, cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Sean gets caught on an in-and-out route. Tim beats him 20-6. TeamX.
This is Tim's second touchdown in this game already. I told you Steph was going to keep going to him. He already had one where he drove down the field, he ran one in, and that's now connecting to Tim 2 times. He's able to. He's going to keep doing this until Never Scared finds a way to stop him.
Sean got beat. Sean is a pretty good defender. He got beat by a better receiver. And he can't make those mistakes because defensively, they're not good at stopping people. He has to come away with that. He doesn't, and Tim makes him pay for it. Teammates get flagged for cursing the force. So first down. Fred finds Joel cutting in the middle, who runs to the sideline for a nice game. Third down. Fred gets blitzed by Tim, who gets blocked by Baby. Fred throws to Joel in the middle, who runs on the sideline into the end zone for the touchdown. The question was, did Tim get the sack?
And on this one, I'm going to show you the play right here as he comes in. He just reaches past Eric, and I think that he just manages to get the tag. It's a bang-bang play because it's close. but because of that, the ref does not see it. It's so close that they don't give him the sack. Fred is able to get the pass out to Joel, and you got to give Joel credit. As soon as he gets the ball, he makes a lot happen with the little, and he's able to run on the sideline for the touchdown. That is a great play by Never Scared.
There's challenges in the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say. I couldn't make this call in regular speed. I couldn't make this call with the size of the field. So you can't blame the refs for something that's so close. It's hard to see. You have to slow it down and blow it up to show it. The refs don't have that in their brain. So you can't kill a ref for that. At the end of the day, you got to make the tag, a clear tag. They don't, and they pay for it there. Next drive, it's 20-12, TeamX. B-Roy runs on the throw-up, getting to the opposing 30-yard line. That is a great return by B-Roy. Out of all people, great return by him. He showed the ability to make plays all over the field. And now Steph throws the B-Roy in the back end zone. That's drop. He's attempting to pay B-Roy back for making that big run, and B-Roy lets him down with a drop. Third down, Steph throws to Tim, who beats Spider, cutting in the end zone for the touchdown. 26-12, Timmy has a hat trick.
And that's exactly what he responded by taking off his do-rag. I don't think that it's a hat, but he threw it up like it was a hat anyway. If you see this throw here, this is a great throw by Steph. Looking as probably one of the most confident quarterbacks of the day. Finding Tim all throughout the day, putting up the numbers.
26-12, TeamX. Second down, Fred throws to Joel in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. Fred then finds Joel again in the gap, who runs for a decent game. Second down, Fred is blitzed and sacked by Tim. Tim is able to get through Fred's best blocker, Eric, and get a big sack. Great play by Tim, dominating on both sides of the ball.
And not only is Tim strong for his size, but he is tall and he has wingspan with his arms, so he's able to reach past Eric and still get the sack on Fred. So there's not much you can do when you have so many things that a person like Tim can do. Not only is he fast, but he has that reach in order to make plays like this.
Last down with blocker from Eric. Fred throws to Sean in the back of the end zone, off target, incomplete. End of the game. TeamX with the win over Never Scared, 26-12.
When I say that Steph, this is the quarterback that this TeamX team needs. Yes, he only threw 3 touchdowns to the same guy. Who cares? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the thing about that is, even when he didn't throw to him, he knew and the play that he runs in the touchdown, he knew exactly what position he is on the field, knowing that he has the ability to run, draws the defense away, and then with one block, he's able to run into the end zone. So that's him knowing exactly what he needs to do, knowing what the defense is giving him, and taking it and putting up the numbers because of it. That is the quarterback that this TeamX needs moving forward.
I was just giving credit to Never Scared for improving their defense this year. And then they give up 26 points. They average giving up 14.5. And now they give up 26. This team defense, you can't have a bad defense in UFL because you will pay. You will pay.
But Jay, can I ask you a question? Name one person on Never Scared's defense that can guard Tim one-on-one. Name one.
Sean.
He got beat.
He can contain him.
He got beat. It doesn't matter if you say he can contain him. Did he contain him? No, he did not. And that's why Steph kept going to him and kept going to him and he kept going to him. There's nobody on this team that can keep up with Tim. There's nobody on this team that can stop Tim. If you look, you called out Sean. I love the guy. Sean has a great two-way game.
Yep.
But Tim is another animal entirely. Not only did he catch a touchdown on him, but he caught this big pass, this big downfield pass on him, with him guarding him. So that's 2 big plays that Tim had on him, as if Sean wasn't even there. So erase that idea of Sean being able to stay with Tim. It's not happening. If Tim can play this way against, a former MVP runner-up with in Sean, he can do that to anybody in this league. So as long as Steph is able to be in sync with him like this, a lot of teams are in trouble. That's all I gotta say.
Never Scared is in trouble. You want me to tell you why?
Okay.
We were just talking good about their defense. I said they
You
played
did, yeah.
better than last year. Adding this game, last year in 5 games, remember how many points I said they gave up? 86 points.
Yeah.
Adding this game this year, you know how many points they gave up in 5 games? 84 points.
So they had low 2.
Yes, let me say that again. Last year, at this time, they gave up 86 points in 5 games. This year, at this time, 5 games, they have given up 84 points. This team's defense is terrible.
Yeah.
There's no way you let Steph light the score up on you like that. And you gave the kid confidence as the game went.
Yeah.
You gave him more and more confidence.
He was able to run.
If you can't stop Steph one-on-one, double him.
You mean Tim?
I'm sorry. If you can't stop Tim one-on-one, double him. I didn't hear J. Will kill offensively. I didn't hear B-Roy kill offensively because he didn't need them. No more haven't really got involved in the offense yet.
No.
But he's a former All-Star. So they got players. We're going to have to see what they do. We're going to wrap this up. TeamX coming away to win over Never Scared 26-12. We'll be right back.